All right, gang, we are back. Yes, we're back. Guys, I'm so sorry about that. I'm gonna be straight up. I could put it on like my computer fucking up, but like my power cord wasn't even plugged in. Yeah, so for anybody that checked out the other stream, please come over to this one because we've got another stream going. And I hope everybody's doing dope out there. Yeah, we're picking right back up. Oh, Jungler, what's up, bro? I see you in the live chat. I hope everything's dope with you, man. Word, thank you for swinging by. All right. Oh my goodness, I have my all right, let me sorry about that, guys. I had my phone playing in the background. Word, at least we're back up and running, right? Word, that's kind of like the main part. All right, so we just wrapped up. For those of you that are just checking in, this is episode 6 of the Random World Creation, and we just wrapped up the Kingdom Giant's Lance, which is operating in the usual territory of the Kingdom of the Vale. So we're going to be moving over now to Queen Rialta of Seagard and the Kingdom of Seagard. Alright, so this is a straight up kingdom, no empire tier, so she only has vassals, she only has duchies underneath her, or dukes, or high lords. Sorry guys, I'm just getting my shit back together. Word. Alright, so she has 3 duchies that make up the kingdom. She has hers, which is the High Lordship of Seagard. Then we have the next High Lordship, which would be the High Lordship of the Crossing, which is usually, I think that's who's that guy, the Phrase, or that's usually the Phrase High Lordship. And then we have the next and last High Lordship would be the High Lordship of Willowwood. And I'm not too sure, me personally, I'm up to I think about book 4. And I don't believe they kind of like touch on this High Lordship too much. So this was an interesting kingdom for me because I've always been a fan of like the Lannister and that purple. And when I was going into this, I was kind of like, all right, if there's gonna be a kingdom that's kind of like north of the kingdom of, the Riverlands, right? Like what should they kind of like represent, right? Word. So with all of these kingdoms, what I'm going to be doing for all of these river kingdoms, and this is what I touched on in episode 6, is that we're going to give them kind of like an artifact that signifies like the region, right? So for all of these river kingdoms, we're going to be giving them tridents, right? And word, you see all of these or do you see all of these extra swords and stuff? We're going to be actually getting rid of these, and all of these extra artifacts are just because I have a shit ton of mods running in the background. Word, nah, Jungalo, the Rygers rule in Willowwood. Yeah, so this is what's going to be dope about this, is because we're going to be able to kind of like compare and contrast kind of like what these created kingdoms kind of like are in comparison to maybe their historical nature. So I've got my boy Junglo in the chat, and he's like, bro, like the High Lordship of Willowwood, that goes to the Rygers, right? So that's gonna be something dope. That's gonna be kind of like out there whenever we end up doing a playthrough. And also when I'm done creating this world, I am going to be uploading this world as like a save, so you guys can kind of like play in it and make up your own ideas and stuff like that. Yeah, word. So word, my boy Serenity, or my lady Serenity, or whatever, I don't care, you pick whatever and you be whoever you want to be. But we've got Serenity in the chat, and they just pointed out that that the queen right here, Queen Rialta, also has the crown of the River King. So that was a huge thing for me when I was making this world. I wanted to give out certain details to them that really signified the area that they're in. So on top of like having the crown of the River Kings, if we see, we've got a flagship here. So all of these river kind of like kingdoms, they're gonna have a trident and they're going to have a flagship. Now right, there's a lot of other kingdoms to kind of get to, but like for example, the Kingdom of Seagard is like a respected kingdom of like note within like this world, so they have an enormous flagship. But there might be like a river kingdom down here, and I'm not sure which one, but they might have just a regular flagship because they're not as prestigious as the Ehrenfords. All right, so that is the Kingdom of Seagard. Directly south of it, we have got the I'm not sure if we even turn this area to a kingdom. Let's see. Yeah, we've got the kingdom of the Trident. Word. And this is King Louis of House Deadings. So this is a relatively small kingdom, just in size. Let me see. He has his own high lordship, which would be this collection of chicken nuggets up here. And then you've got the high lordship of Southstone, which are these 3 chicken nuggets over here. And then the last high lordship that makes up this kingdom would be the high lordship of the Blackwood. Now I'm pretty sure the Blackwoods are like I'm pretty sure there's some important people that lived in the Blackwoods. Not sure if I was like watching like a playthrough of somebody else's, but yeah, I'm pretty sure the Blackwoods are some important people. Not too sure right now. But yeah, these 3 areas make up the kingdom of the Trident. And let me check out his artifacts. Oh wow, he also has an enormous flagship. Cool. And he has a customary trident. And again, we're actually going to be getting rid of like this Valyrian steel sword, just because again I don't think that these river kings or queens need to have like Valyrian steel. Like they have their own stuff. Okay, and Serenity in the chat, they're saying that there's a Tully in the Blackwood. Yeah, let me see. yeah, so that's the thing when you randomize these worlds. Like again, I wanted to keep like there's a function that allows you to keep like the houses specific to the houses that are historically in the Game of Thrones, specifically to like the regions that they're historically in. So usually there's a Tully in the Riverlands, but this Tully ended up in the Blackwood. Word. And that's probably like fucking some people's heads up right now. Maybe they had beef, I'm not too sure. Word. All right. And to the let's go, should we go west or should we go south? You know what, let's make our way west. All right. And we have got the kingdom of the Bane Fort. All right, now this kingdom makes up Word, I'm sorry, I just saw like a picture and yeah, I'm not sure. Jungalo's like where the Malisters end up. Bro, I'll be straight up with you, man. I'm not too sure. There's somewhere in here. Let me see. I'm pretty sure. No, that's. Let me see. Malister. Because they've got like that bird, right? Alright. Yeah, I think they might be ruling somewhere. I think we might get to them. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I think they might be a kingdom tier. I think the Malisters might be running a kingdom, but I'm not too sure, Jungalo. Let me see. Yeah, because I don't see their badge anywhere over here. But would you see it over here? Let me see. No. You wouldn't see it over here. Yeah, that's something I might have to look into. Alright. And that is definitely something I will definitely go back in the chat like at the end of the stream and kind of like just take some notes to kind of like have some updates for you guys, or I might just load up a save and let you guys kind of like play around with it and see like what's going on in this world. Not too sure, but that's definitely something I gotta look into. All right, so back to the kingdom of the Bane Fort. And the reason I laughed, I'll get to that shit in a second. But we've got Queen Tayora of House Garner. And I haven't gone around, because I haven't gone around to giving her any artifacts. So there's not going to be artifacts kind of like for each kingdom, because I'll be honest with you guys, like I just kind of like wanted to get like the rest of Westeros done. And I'm pretty sure I got into Essos, a little bit of Essos too. Yeah, but like where I left off, we only had like, we were getting into over here. We didn't even have anything here, so there might be some details that I just didn't get to right now. But this kingdom is made up of 3 duchies as well. All right, we've got the High Lordship of the Crag, which House Garner, that's the Queen's High Lordship. And then we've got the High Lordship of Ashmark, and that belongs to a bear. I'm sorry, man. Oh, Junglo just put me onto something. He said that we can find specific houses to use the character search. Oh, bro, I don't know why I'm not thinking about that. Thank you, man. Alright, we're actually gonna check out where the hell the Lannisters are like right now. Alright. And we will get back to the bear. We'll get back to the bear. Yeah. Okay, here we go. And Junglo, that shit works. Shout out to Junglo. Thanks, bro. Alright, so the Lannisters are now lords. The lords of Mistlewood. Alright, and they've relatively small house. Let me see. Wow, only 2 of them, bro. And his daughter looks like she's a nun. So it's not looking too good for Lord Allen of Mistlewood. Word. Now where is his daughter is 36. She's a little bit slow. I mean, she can still have kids. It looked like she likes to scrap though. Or she's obsessed with fire. And she's a sea king. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, but this is this is where the Lannisters ended up, bro. Alright, and they're actually part of, let's see if we actually went over their king. Yeah, they're actually part of the kingdom of Seaguard. And that makes sense, being that like they're usually somewhere in this part of the Riverlands. Yeah. Alright, pretty cool. Yeah. Word, and I'm really kind of like starting to lean towards uploading the save, because even as like we're going through this together and I'm going through it, I'm just finding stuff that's cracking me up and stuff that's pretty kind of like interesting, like kind of like how the Lannisters aren't really like a house of note in this world, right? Or kind of crazy. All right, so wrapping up the kingdom of the Banefort. Yeah, we've got this guy who is Lord Allen of Ashmark, and so the whole thing with the bear portrait, right? It's something easy to kind of like fix. You just got to take out this trait, this not a bear trait. All right, let's see. All right. Alright, so don't ask me why there's a tag. Don't ask me why there's a tag for somebody to like not be a bear, but there is a trait that is not a bear. So, or we could just leave this in game. Word. And he'll just, everybody that kind of like plays on it, like, nah, bro, that's not a bear. That's just Lord Allen. Word, that's Al. He got a hair issue. Yeah. All right. All right. So wrapping up, getting off of Lord Allen, and back to the last High Lordship, which would be the High Lordship of the Golden Tooth, and that is Lady Falsay of House Broom. Yeah, and that's the kingdom of the Banefort. I'm not too sure if we're going to kind of like, I'm not sure if this area would be considered like a river kingdom. But yeah, they'll probably end up with a trident and like a boat. Not sure if they're gonna get a big flagship, but maybe a small one. All right, let's kind of like run through these a little bit more, because we have a lot of kingdoms to kind of like get through. All right, so the next kingdom is the kingdom of Wayfarers Rest, and it's kind of like right in the middle of the kingdom of the river kingdoms. So I'm not sure if I gave them a large boat. I think. Yeah, you see, I gave them a regular flagship. And the reason why I gave them a regular flagship, the thing in kind of like earlier that I said was because, maybe not houses of note, but them like geographically, they really wouldn't need a large flagship, right? Because their access to like water is this little strait right here. So this little word, they don't really need a large, and it might not even be strategically beneficial for them. Right, so they really kind of like just they really kind of like get their goods and stuff from, you know, the God's Eye and that all of that stuff. So they have a regular flagship, and same kind of like makeup. You've got three high lordship system, with the queen having one, she having the high lordship of Wayfarers Rest. She has a, oh wow, House Teague. Cool. Or House Teague, I believe, is kind of like a really like legendary house of the Riverlands. Or I think they kind of like, weren't they kings of the Trident? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure. If anybody in the chat can kind of like school me, I'd love it, because I'm not gonna put any money on it because I don't have any. But I would. Nah, I'm gonna go with that. I'm pretty sure House Teague is kind of like, we're like kings of the Riverlands or something at some point. All right, and they have the high lordship of River Run. All right, so that's kind of like, I guess, I don't know, symbolic or something. That's what. Hold on. Yeah. Word. So we've got Serenity in the chat, and they just chimed in. They're like, they came after the Muds, I think. And then where we got my boy Jungalo, he's like, Teague were former kings, right? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure in what book. I think it's the book where what's her name? I'm pretty sure they went over this in the book where, who's the blonde, the female warrior? Jesus, I'm forgetting. I'm bugging right now, and I'm and we're doing it in a Game of Thrones mod. The one from like the Emerald Island. She's on she's traveling with Pod and that guy who's from like over here, who's from like the Crablands, and I think he goes over like the Teagues and the Muds and all of that stuff. I think so. Yeah, I could be wrong. And then like Brienne, Brienne, there we go. Yeah, when Brienne's on that journey with Pod, that guy she met up with, I think he said he was like an heir to the crab or some shit like that. Yeah, Brienne of Tarth, word. But I think that's where in the books they kind of like touch on like, like the kings of like the river and stuff like that. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, like they still had like a dope conversation, but you guys know what I mean. But that's where I think it pops up in the books. I'm probably wrong though. Word. All right, let's get back to the Kingdom of Wayfarers Rest. All right, so that is that High Lordship, and the last one that we got is the High Lordship of Acorns Ridge, which is led by Lady Riona of House Chambers. All right. Yeah, and again, she's got a Valyrian steel sword, and you guys know we're gonna just like nip all of that in the bud. All right, and that is the Kingdom of Wayfarers Rest. Then we've got a pretty cool kingdom over here, right to the right of us. We've got another bear. Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys. You guys might have to. I might release a bear-friendly version and a no bear zone version, or that way it's like, if you guys don't want to deal with this, then again, I'm gonna show you guys. It easily comes off. Let me see. What is it? Remove the bear portrait, that is. Remove trait. What is this? Not underscore bear, and just put it to him. 999 006972, and bam, you see he's like a regular guy now. All right, and we'll just I'll put it back because I'm pretty sure we're gonna get people that want the bear portraits. All right, so next one we've got is the I'm not sure why he's a Lord Paramount. All right, but the next one that we've got is the Kingdom of the Crownlands. Yeah, and this one's weird. I'm not sure. Yeah, they do. Word, I wasn't even trying to be an ass, but they do have the smallest kingdom, Serenity. Word. Well, I mean, there's nah. Yeah, they're the smallest. Yeah. Well, are they? Yeah, they're smaller than the Trident. Yeah. All right. Yeah, something's kind of like getting me. I'm not sure if I purposely made this a Lord Paramount kingdom or a government. Yeah, I'm not sure why they would be though. That's probably something. Yeah, I'll make a note of that. We're gonna have to switch this over to a regular feudal government, and that way he'll get the king tier. Because as of right now, if he's a Lord Paramount, that means that he would be underneath somebody. Yeah, so that kind of like doesn't make any sense. And let's actually see how small this kingdom is. Wow, there is only one high lordship. That's crazy. This really is a small, like, he's the boss. He's like the end all be all. He's the high lord, he's the king, he's the kit and caboodle. Word. But he does have 3 lords underneath him. He's got Sir Roderick of Salt Pans, of House Towers. Alright, he's blind. Might be an interesting playthrough. He's got Lord Lucas of House Wayne. He's the new Lord of Maidenpool. And he's got Lady Elise of House Vance. I'm pretty sure House Vance is some important house too. I'm not sure though. And that is the Lordship of Harrowaystown. So yeah, itty bitty kingdom, but yeah, still a kingdom in its own right. Then to the south of it, we've got another bear. All right, we've got the Kingdom of the God's Eye, by House Bigglestone. All right, pretty sure. Yep, got a trident, got the flagship. All right, and word, we've got the 3 duchy system. King got one, and 2 duchies beneath him. The first duchy would be the High Lordship of Blackwater Rush. Isn't that Blackwater Rush? No, I'm bugging. I'm trying to think, is that an important like high lordship? Maybe in the books. I could be bugging. The next one that we have is Lady Denisa of House Justman, and of the High Lordship of Butterwell. Now, hold on, let's see. Serenity's like they're probably going to be conquered by Dragonstone. We'll see. Why I say that is because a couple of things that happens when I've done kind of like some test plays, that is a possibility, but there's a whole thing, there's something that happens where the other kingdoms kind of like unite against another kingdom trying to expand. So there have been situations where certain kingdoms have kind of like absorbed other kingdoms, but there are also situations where they get backup and they kind of like screws over the aggressor kingdom. I've seen that happen with the Barrowlands trying to expand into the kingdom of, what is this one? The kingdom that the Empire of the Giants Lance, or trying to expand into Seaguard. Sorry, I've seen that in one of my playthroughs, and the Barrowlands got pushed back. So but I've also seen where kind of like Dragonstone's eat up like them too. So Dragonstone heads south. Junglo saying Dragonstone might end up going south. Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's is there anything else to go over with the Kingdom of the God's Eye? Because let's actually get to Dragonstone, right? Because that's like everybody's, right? And long hair, white hair, don't care, right? We all love Valyrian, so let's actually see what happened to the Valyrian, the seat of those guys that fly on dragons. All right, but something that I noticed just real quick when I was looking at the High Lordship of Butterwell was that we've got House Justman, and I'm pretty sure that the Justmans are another like former kings of the Trident. I think they might be the ones that, if I'm wrong, I think they might be the house that kind of like were the last like kings of the Trident. Or like they were a fake house. I'm not sure, but I think there's some smoke with like the Justmans and the Riverlands word. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm thinking that way. All right, let's actually go over to Dragonstone. All right, let's check this out. So we've got dope. All right, so Yeah, Jungalows, like, they were river kings. That's what I was thinking. I'm not 100% sure. Look, I'm not a historian. Or I play the game and I started listening to the books. You know, I'm being straight up with you. And I love the show. But the Justmans are, I believe, I think they're river kings. All right, but everybody's favorite bastard Valyrians. We've got the Baratheons. Hold on, Serenity's like they were. Yep. Oh. So Serenity's saying, and shout out to Serenity and Jungalo in the chat. Serenity's saying that they were the last kings before the Tullys, right? And the Tullys weren't the Tullys installed by the Targaryens because of their help, right? I think like the Tullys got close with the Targaryens. Like I also started reading that what's that other one? The one where they go over the histories and all of that. Shout out to Audible. Because Audible will have you thinking that you're reading stuff, but you're listening to no shame in my game. But I think the Tullys were installed by the Targaryens. So if we go by Serenity's logic, that means that the Justmans might be the oh, hold on. Well, the Justmans were the last ones who the Andals installed. Alright, so I wonder who was the king, it's not like the natural king, but it just got me thinking, like, who were the rightful kings before the Justmans? Because if the Andals installed them, right? And, you know, we all know, like, everything was old gods, right? Everything was old gods before the Andals came over and, like, bro, you're going to listen to this one god that's kind of like 7 of them, right? So I wonder who was there. Hold on. Yeah, that's something I'll definitely look into for the next one. And Jungalo's like, well, the Hordes were technically the last. Yeah, they were the last. Yeah, you're right. Shout out to the Ironborn. And Serenity's like, they love the alternate single. Oh, thanks, bro. Yeah, this one's weird. I've never seen this one. I'm being like straight up with you. I know, like, I put this shit together, right? But bro, I'm talking like even before that, I've never seen like this Baratheon crest, but I guess this was the sigil that they had before he took the sigil of the Durandons or the Durandons. Yeah, so yeah, I'm not sure if it's a real sigil or if that's like the canon sigil, but that's what I would put it to. I put that like that was his sigil before he got with the daughter of the Storm King. Yeah. And hold on, we've got Jungalo saying, yeah, the Tullys were installed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Tullys were. So let's dig into Dragonstone a little bit more. So we've got Princess Lyanna of Dragonstone, of House Baratheon. Let's see what she has. So she's got a bunch of dragon eggs. So I'll be honest with you, it's been like 3 months since I touched this save, and I didn't know that I gave her this many dragon eggs. Word. So I think I purposely gave her a dragon bone bow. I'm not sure about Del Pino, or that might be just something I gotta take out. And Dark Sister. Word. And the reason behind that is because within this playthrough they're Westerosi Valyrian, and that makes sense because what's his name? The first Baratheon, he was like the bastard, like, brother of Aegon, right? I forget his name. Hold on, Jungalo's like, that's a mod original for the Baratheon. Okay, yeah, so that isn't actually a canon sigil, Serenity. That's actually an original sigil made by the mod developers. Oh, good shit, Jungalo. Yeah, Oris Baratheon, that's his name. So Oris Baratheon, he was really more Westerosi Valyrian, I believe that. Again, you know, bastard son of, you know, Aegon's dad, whatever. All right, and Word. So this is gonna be, I'll be honest with you guys, I might have to come back and play this playthrough just to see if we can actually have the eggs hatch, because a Westerosi Valyrian's chances of hatching the egg isn't as good as a High Valyrian's. Let's see, it's a plus 100%, and they can tame a dragon for 100%, but I think the High Valyrians are 400% chance of hatching it, right? And you guys know what happens if you hatch the wrong egg, right? You know, like, yeah, it goes like left, like real quick. All right, so the High Lordship of Dragonstone is the seat of the queendom, and they've got the High Lordship of Crackleclaw Point, and that's led by Derwa of House Viprin. I'm not sure if the Viprins are anything, but they sound like they were important. I'm not too sure. And then we've got the next one, which would be the High Lordship of Duskendale. All right, and that is led by Lady Dala of House Vance. And those are the 3 High Lordships that actually make up the High Lordship, the Kingdom of Dragonstone. Word. Going to I'll be honest with you guys, even I want to play in it. Word. So probably going to be a popular kingdom for anybody who actually plays in it. All right, and just south of that, we've got the Kingdom of Hayford, led by Queen Winella of House Page. And let's see because we're starting to get into, oh no, we're still in Riverman territory. So yep, has a trident, has an enormous flagship. I think I might scale this down to a normal flagship, because I did want to have kind of like some kind of like difference of class of kingdoms. Not sure if that shit makes any sense, but you know, they're definitely more prestigious kings than not, right? Like the Boltons are a more prestigious High Lordship to the Starks than maybe the guys who run, you know, like this territory up here of like the North clans, right? Yeah. All right. Who owns the other island? All right. What island are you talking about, Serenity? Let's see. Are you talking about over here in Essos, or yeah? I'm trying to see where you're talking about. All right, we'll definitely get back to that, Serenity. Yeah, just kind of like let me know where you're kind of like leaning towards, and we'll kind of like Driftmark. Okay, Driftmark is, what is that? Okay, so there is, do we have a High Lordship of Driftmark? No, so we actually don't. Who's running stuff in Driftmark is I believe the Sunglasses are a historical house that are in the High Lordship of Dragonstone, like historically. I'm not sure. But I think it's the Sunglasses. I think they're more usually up here though. I think like up here, no, I think like, yeah, let's see who's up here. Yeah, the Celtigars are usually somewhere over here. And who's the guys that are usually over here? It's the guys with like the blue crest. They're gonna be in that new show. Yeah, I forget the name too. I forget the Valerians or Valerians or something like that. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I'm thinking it starts with the V. I'm more leaning towards that word. All right. But wrapping up House Hayford. All right, the 2 duchies that make that up are going to be the High Lordship of Rosby, led by Lord Manfred of House Rushmore. And then we have the next High Lordship, which would be the High Lordship of Stokeworth, led by Lady Riella of House Keith. All right, and Jungalo in the chat is saying Sunglass normally in the island by Massey's Hook. And Massey's Hook isn't this Massey's? No, that's Claw Isle. Massey's Hook. Is it this? No. Alright, Massey's Hook. No, that's Sharp Point. That's Sweetport. It's gotta be somewhere over here. Whispers. No, North Cracklaw. Oh, alright, cool. Alright, Serenity's gonna be right back. Alright. Guys, I probably got another, like, I'll be honest with you guys, another maybe like 5-10 in me. Or because I gotta grab something to eat, but I don't want to kind of like get too into it. But yeah, let's actually let's get to the kingdom of, go a little bit west, you know, before we keep going south, because we're gonna miss out on these two kingdoms over here to the west. So let's actually go a little west. And the next kingdom west would be the kingdom of the Gold Road. Now I'll be honest with you, I love the name of this kingdom. It just sounds like it would be a kingdom, not maybe in Westeros, but something you'd find in Essos, you know, something with, like, I don't know, it just feels like a associate. What's up, Serenity? Okay, he's back. He or she's back. All right, yeah, but the kingdom, yeah, we made it west. Yeah, we just stopped going south for a little bit, and we're in the kingdom of the Gold Road, and that's led by King Willem of House Lefford. All right, and let's see. Yep. Okay, so this is our, I think that, yeah, this is our first western Westerman kingdom. All right. Were the Baneforts? No, I believe the Baneforts were still Rivermen. No, the Baneforts were Westermen. Okay. All right. So I'm not too sure what artifact I've given them. All right, they've got Valyrian Steel Sword. I think maybe something. Something like a mace maybe is a little bit too, like, I don't know, maybe a little too violent for like the Westermen, right? All right, you know. So that's something I've got to work on, an artifact that kind of like distinguishes like the Westermen, because again, the Rivermen have like their tridents. I'm not too sure what I gave her. Let's see. Yeah, we've got to figure out something for the Valemen too. But going back to the kingdom of the Gold Road, they have three high lordships. Of course, we've got the high lordship for the king, which would be the high lordship of the Gold Road. And then beneath him would be Lady Miela of House Lorch, and she is the ruler of the High Lordship of Horn Vale. This sigil's pretty dope. I like this. A lot of female rulers also in this world. When I was setting up this world, I think I set up like 60-40 female rulers. Let me see. Maybe jade or something flashy to shower their wealth. Yeah, something, word. I like that. Maybe it doesn't have to be an artifact of like weaponry, right? It could be something like a ring. Nice. I've got to kind of like rewatch this and also go through the chat to like check out these tips, because word, I really like that, Serenity. Word, because yeah, something like a Valyrian Steel Sword, I mean, yeah, it's dope, right? It's like the dopest. It's like a pair of like really expensive like shoes, right? Like you're gonna pull it out and you're gonna feel dope in it. So I get the whole allure of the Valyrian Steel Sword, but for this world, I definitely think something like jewelry would be something that you know, reflects what like the Westermen are about, like their you know, their wealth. I like that. Cool. Not sure what kind of jewelry, because what's dope about this game is that you can add artifacts that are historically just in regular CK2, and there's like a shit ton of like artifacts from like, you know, the Jewish expansion packs from like King David stuff and all of that. Some stuff you can't get to cross over. Like I've tried to bring over like a level 4 like trident over from regular CK2, and it doesn't go because it's like tied to like some religious attribute in regular CK2. But there are a lot of like artifacts like golden robes and shit like that you can bring over from certain CK2 expansions that will actually show up in that Game of Thrones mod. So really nice. Thank you for that. All right, and did we go over? Wow, cool. And we have got the lion. Word. We have got our Lannister. I think this might be the first high lordship. No, we had the Tullys. Put some respect on their name. So I think this is like the second, maybe like how can I say, book series notable like house that we've come across, because I don't think we've come across a Stark, or we came across a Baratheon. Yeah, okay, the third, but the sigil was different, so you know what I mean. But like the sigils, everything, I'm just hyped right now, because we actually have Lady Margot of House Lannister. She's actually the High Lordship. She's actually the High Lord of Silver Hill. All right, let's see what's in her treasury. She has Bright Roar. Oh, that's dope. So this is cool. So I wonder if most historical characters have their, if most historical houses have their historical Valyrian steel weaponry, because as we see, Bright Roar is the ancestral, that's the correct word, the ancestral sword of House Lannister, and is actually with Lady Margot. So that's dope. And she has Longclaw. I'm not sure why. That's not her ancestral. That's not her ancestral weapon. Word. Let's fix that up. And yeah, gang, I think we're gonna wrap this up with with the Kingdom of Castimer. It's about that time. Let's check him out. All right, so the King of Castimer is King Cedric of House Pickledon, and as always, he has the High Lordship of Castimer. So he's got his collection of chicken nuggets. Let's see who's serving him. And we've got another bear. All right. These bears just love popping up, bro. We've got Lord Tion, and he's actually the High Lord of Castle Rock. He's from House Serret. And yeah, I like this. This is just kind of like this whole house sigil, right? This ties back to what Serenity was saying about like them being a little bit more fancier, right? In the Westerlands. So yeah, and he's a fucking bear. Okay. That's pretty interesting. So we've got a Lannister here, right? When they should be like here. Where's Castle Rock? Yeah. Alright, so they're kinda like right next to each other. Pretty cool. Alright. And the last wow. Oh, hold on. The Kingdom of Castimer is actually like a little bit larger than I expected. They have four high lordships instead of the usual 3 that we've come across. Let's check out the next one. We've got Lord Cedric of House Betley, and he is the High Lord of Case. All right. Yeah, I know, because they've got they have smaller high lordships. I think this is a high lordship as well. Yep, the High Lordship of Fair Isle. That's why they have 4 high lordships instead of 3. Let's go back and check out the High Lordship of Fair Isle. This is led by Lord Ossifer of House Vickery. Really like this sigil too. Pretty cool. And the sigil that signifies the High Lordship is pretty cool too. He's only 2. Okay, so he definitely has a regent, so potentially annoying play. And let's check out. And I think that's everybody, guys. We've gone through all 4 High Lordships. And I think this is where we're going to wrap it up. What a fun stream. This is so much better when you guys are here. Word. And I didn't fall asleep. I think this might be the first time I haven't playing CK2. I love it, but like, bro, sometimes I fall asleep. I would just be honest with you. But shout out to my map clicking mafia, Junglo and Serenity, for making this like one of the dopest streams ever. And thank you for checking this out in the future. I hope you guys stay well, be well, take care of somebody that you care about. Not gonna get into anything crazy. You guys know what you got to do. If you're out there and you're about and you're next to people, you guys stay safe, and I'm out of here. Take it easy. Peace. Bye.